Welcome to Clinical Tools Library, evidence-based scales and questionnaires designed to support healthcare professionals in practice. Goal attainment. Scaling assesses the extent to which an individual achieves predefined, personalized treatment goals. It measures outcomes across graded levels, ranging from much less than expected to much more than expected. Its main purpose is to evaluate clinically meaningful change and treatment effectiveness when standard measures may not capture individual priorities. It is used in rehabilitation and healthcare for conditions such as stroke, cerebral palsy, traumatic brain injury, and developmental disabilities. Goal attainment. Scaling is indicated for patients with individualized and variable treatment goals, including children with developmental disabilities, people recovering from stroke or acquired brain injury, and patients with chronic physical or neurological conditions. It is most useful in rehabilitation and community-based care, where functional outcomes differ between patients and standard measures may not capture meaningful personal change. It supports structured goal setting, patient participation, and evaluation of progress across physical, cognitive, behavioral, and social domains. The clinician first identifies 5 individualized, measurable goals with the person, family, or care team. Each goal is written as a specific outcome question that describes the person's expected performance in a defined setting and time period. The clinician records the baseline level, which is usually scored as -2, and defines 5 attainment levels for each goal. -2 for much less than expected, -1 for somewhat less than expected, 0 for the expected outcome, +1 for somewhat better than expected, and +2 for much better than expected. The clinician reviews the goals at follow-up, assigns 1 response level to each goal, and calculates the raw score by summing the 5 ratings. With 5 equally weighted goals, the raw score ranges from -10 to +10, with 0 indicating overall expected attainment. A standardized score may also be calculated using a weighted formula, in which a score of 50 represents the expected level, scores below 50 indicate less than expected attainment, and scores above 50 indicate better than expected attainment. A standardized score of 40 or 60 represents approximately 1 standard deviation below or above the expected level, respectively, when the conventional standard deviation of 10 is used. Because the goals are individualized and the scale is ordinal, results should be interpreted alongside clinical observations and baseline performance, rather than as a standalone diagnostic measure. Goal attainment. Scaling does not have a single, established sensitivity or specificity estimate. It is an individualized outcome measure rather than a diagnostic test, and published studies generally assess responsiveness, reliability, and validity instead of diagnostic accuracy. Sensitivity is the proportion of patients who truly achieve a clinically meaningful improvement and are correctly identified by a predefined goal attainment scaling threshold. Specificity is the proportion of patients without meaningful improvement who are correctly classified as not improved. These values require an independent reference standard, such as a validated clinical measure, and vary according to the population, goal-setting method, scoring threshold, and timing of assessment. Therefore, reported sensitivity and specificity from one clinical study cannot be assumed to apply broadly to goal attainment scaling. Goal attainment scaling originated in community mental health services, where Kirsuk and Sherman introduced the method in 1968 to evaluate individualized outcomes across heterogeneous treatment programs. The method uses a 5-level scale in which the expected outcome is defined in advance and assigned a central score, while outcomes below or above expectation receive progressively lower or higher scores. Standardized scoring permits aggregation across patients and services. Subsequent research has demonstrated acceptable reliability and validity when goals are specific, measurable, and established collaboratively by trained clinicians and patients. A systematic review by Hearn and colleagues in 2006 reported inter-rater reliability estimates ranging from 0.51 to 0.99 and test-retest reliability estimates from 0.84 to 0.94, although study quality and scoring procedures varied. Reviews by Bovent-Eert and colleagues and by Turner-Stokes identified evidence of concurrent validity, with correlations between goal attainment scores and established functional or clinical measures generally ranging from 0.25 to 0.63, as well as evidence that the method can detect clinically meaningful change. A rehabilitation review by Krasny-Pacini and colleagues in 2013 found that validity, responsiveness, and inter-rater agreement were strongest when goal selection and expected performance levels were independently reviewed. Reported limitations include rater bias, inconsistent goal construction, ceiling effects, and possible inflation of scores, supporting the need for standardized training, blinded or independent rating when feasible, and transparent documentation of baseline status and expected outcomes. Thank you for watching. For complete information and official PDF resources, visit clinicaltoolslibrary.com or check the link in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more clinical insights.